All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are live. My goodness, it is Friday already. Excuse me because I'm running a little bit behind schedule. I need to take some medication. Hold on a second. That was delicious. Nothing like nice cold water. All right. So it's been a week, folks. It has been one of those weeks, man. It's been crazy. And I have some really, really good news for you. You know what that is? That good news is trouble don't last always. It sure don't. It don't last always, folks. You know, viruses have existed since human beings have existed, basically. And you know what? They aren't going anywhere. All right? Chicken pox, polio, you name it. There's always something going on. And the human species always gets through it. I don't care what you hear on television. This is not the end of the world, okay? The sun is still going to rise and fall, all right? Nighttime and daytime will still exist. Seasons will still exist. Man ain't going nowhere. The cockroaches ain't going nowhere. The rats ain't going nowhere, okay? The drug dealers on the corner ain't going nowhere, all right? The hoes ain't going nowhere. It is what it is, okay? Terrible music and terrible music videos will still be made tomorrow, okay? It's not going to change one bit, all right? I still stand behind what I've always said since the beginning of all this nonsense, is that this is manufactured crisis to serve multiple ends, all right? I also revealed it many moons ago on the late, great Charlie McGrath show that there was infighting among the global elite, among the shadowy figures behind the governments and the Fortune 500 corporations around the globe. I revealed all of that. And I did tell you back in 2013 that we were on the precipice of the granddaddy of all market rallies, and that we were going to see Dow 30,000, maybe even Dow 50,000. Remember I said that? Those of you who've been with me the longest, you remember I said that. And then look, it happened, okay? So life will go on, all right? This is really not, a standard market pullback or correction. This is a panic market. Panic markets always, let me say it again, they always recover. All right? Most of the time, it's a V-shaped recovery. It's fast, it's furious, and you don't have time to even get on board right away because you don't believe that it's actually happening until it happens. Not to mention, bear markets in and of themselves, the recipe of a bear market is fast and furious and mind-bending, mind-melding rallies, okay? It's just how it happens. Now, another feature of markets is what you've experienced this week, is that markets fall a lot faster than they rally. So a lot of you are getting to see that firsthand, all right? So you should be thankful, especially you young bucks out there, all right? You young bucks that were born after 1980. You don't know nothing. You ain't seen no markets. Especially those you guys that were born after 1990. You really don't know what I'm talking about. You have no idea what I'm talking about. But you're getting a little taste of it right here. For most of you, 2008 financial crisis was your first taste of panic selling, panic markets. And I'll be honest with you, the 2008 market conditions took all of us by storm, took us all by surprise. I wasn't expecting that type of price action. But this week, in my humble opinion, has been worse than 2008. As a matter of fact, this week is the worst point drop in Dow history. We had yesterday was the single worst point drop in Dow history. The futures dropped nearly 1,400 points, then continued to drop an additional 500 to 800 points after the 4 p.m. market close. So we had almost a 2,000 point drop in the Dow in the last 24 hours alone. All right. I'm here to give you guys some good news. I told you I'm here to bring you good news. And in all my excitement, I forgot my introduction. You guys new people don't even know who they're listening to right now. This is Dex, the Agro Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com with our pre-market PulseScan. This is what we do on the daily, son. We bring you the market news, and then we bring you the market inside scoop. That's right, the inside scoop. I tell you what's really going on. I show you what's really going on. I don't just tell you, I show you what's really going on. All right, so today at 11 a.m., we have our webinar. You can register for that at PulseWaveTrading.com. Do yourself a favor. Grab a six-pack while you're at it. Sit back and relax and enjoy the webinar. Get a six-pack for your friend, too. You can only get at PulseWaveTrading.com. You can't get it nowhere else. You can try to get it somewhere else, but you're not gonna get it. It's not the same thing. All right, we got that good. All right, we got that stuff that's gonna take care of you. All right, but you can only get it at PulseWaveTrading.com. You can't get it nowhere else, so don't even try it. All right, so as we are speaking, there's been just a barrage of info, and we're gonna get to all of it. All right, we're gonna get to all of it. So get comfortable because we're gonna be here a while. I can feel it. We're gonna be here for a while. All right. So first things first, let me bring you up to speed on the overnights and all that stuff. All right. Here's the news on tap for today. I'd be remiss if I didn't share this with you. All right. So the panic mode is full on. Stocks plunge again as fears mount of a coronavirus pandemic. Global stock markets are on track for their steepest weekly loss since the 2008 financial crisis. Warren Buffett compared fear and greed to super contagious diseases and epidemics. Investors are quoting him to keep calm as coronavirus ravages markets. Google searches and tweets about his famous quote, "Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful," have spiked. Tim Cook says he's optimistic that China is getting the coronavirus under control and says Apple has reopened factories. If you look at the numbers, they're coming down day by day by day, the Apple CEO said. Of course, they're reopening factories. They're saying that it's safe, not because that China has got a handle on it. Oh no, it's because like I told you, I think it's contrived. If this is a global pandemic, how are you sending people back to work? How are people even leaving their house in China? All right, you know how I always tell you guys, I always teach you about facts versus truth. Well, let's look at some facts. Facts coming out of their own mouths. They say that the coronavirus can reinfect you. All right, so if you survive it once, you can get it again and again and again and again and again. But then something very interesting came out. I was, I do my little research too. I listen to the news too, so I can break it down for y'all. So I can break down what you're not being told. All right, so there was a dude that came on that said that everyone has the coronavirus or has had it at some point in their lives to some degree or another. And the first thing that got me thinking about was The Walking Dead. Remember one of the key elements of The Walking Dead is that everyone has the virus. So once you die, you're coming back as the zombie. And that just made me think, well, how in the world does everybody have the coronavirus? So you're trying to tell me basically the coronavirus is something that can be turned on and off like with a switch. So then everyone has it and everyone's just waiting for the switch to be turned on, like as if everyone swallowed some nanobots or something. Well, that wouldn't surprise me because we have been under an epidemic for decades now. It's the epidemic of chemtrails. They are spraying down, raining on our heads every day of the week, 24/7, in just about every country on the globe. And we know that there's aluminum and barium and God knows what other chemicals that they spray whenever they feel like it on you. Now, for the longest time, the governments have denied it. But now they've actually embraced it and said, yes, we've been doing it. You got us, but not for nefarious reasons. We've been doing it because of global warming. Oh, really? So that would explain a lot of things. We know that when you poison the air, you poison the water supply. And if you poison the water supply, you're also poisoning the food supply. So air is poison, water is poison, food is poison. You can't win. You're poisoned. And this is more like a slow kill type of a thing. Again, these are facts that they have said with their own mouths that they have been doing. Okay? And then we have evidences of them doing this because around the world, certain things have been like popping up. Like, the Flint, Michigan water thing. That was in the news. It was really hot. And then all of a sudden, other jurisdictions and municipalities around the world started talking about their water situation. And now we have a manufactured water crisis. And before Flint, Michigan, we were told that there was going to be a water crisis in the future. Here's my thing. What kind of crystal ball were they using where they could come up with such information? So you trying to tell me we have a Department of Prophetic Utterances? What is that? Located next door to the Food and Drug Administration? Oh, well, where you work at, Chuck? Yeah, I just got a new job. I'm working at the Department of Prophetic Utterances. Oh, really? I never heard of that department. What do you do there? Well, we have a crystal ball. We sit around, we rub it until something appears in the ball, and then that's how we know what's coming down the pike. And then, we don't prepare for it. And that's basically what they sound like. They sound absolutely ridiculous. But this is where we are. Okay, so OPEC is leaning towards larger oil cuts as virus hits prices and demand. Saudi Arabia and some other members are considering an output cut of 1 million barrels per day for the second quarter of 2020, exceeding the initial proposed cut of 600,000 barrels, 4 sources told Reuters. Well, I mean, you don't have to be an oil analyst to understand what's going on there. Obviously, if the price has been plummeting, they need to do something about it to bring the prices back up. If you can't do anything about global demand for prices, then you have to create demand. How do you create demand? You hold back supply. That's just retail 101 right there. If there is no demand, you create an artificial one. How do you do that? You hold back. Simple as that. All right. So, Saudi Aramco secures unconditional EU OK for 69 billion SABIC deal. The world's largest oil producer got the green light from EU antitrust officials to take a 70% stake in Saudi Basic Industries Corp. Of course, they're going to give them the green light to do whatever they want. Lion Air puts $500 million IPO on hold as global equity markets tumble. The Indonesian airline has deferred plans to go public due to a sharp fall in global stock markets. People close to the matter told Reuters. Well, I don't know about you, but next to the restaurant business, the airline business is one of those businesses, baby. Oh my goodness. If you plan on going into the airline business, you might as well prepare to have no profits for pretty much the remainder of your lifetime. All right, that is a hard business, very hard business. Airlines just basically just don't make any money, and they haven't made money since 1989. All right, to me, when Pan Am went under, so did the entire airline industry. Airlines are at the center of storm as coronavirus spreads. British Airways owner IAG, Finnair, and EasyJet stepped up their warnings over the outbreak on Friday. Stocks are tanking. In Europe, Germany's DAX fell 3.4%. Britain's FTSE 100 fell 3.2%, and the Euro Stoxx 50 fell 3.1%. In Asia, China's Shanghai Composite fell 3.7%. Hong Kong Hang Seng fell 2.4%. Japan's Nikkei fell 3.7%, and South Korea's Kospi fell 3.3%. U.S. stocks are set to open lower, with futures underlining the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 down 1.3%, and NASDAQ futures down 1.5%. Earnings season continues. Wayfair and Foot Locker are two of the highlights. Some interesting data is on the docket. Look out for personal consumption figures. Yes, that number dropped just as we were going on the air. And let me tell you what it did. It made the markets fall once more. And now the market is threatening to take out the overnight lows. All right, so let's jump on over to that segment so you can see it. So you can see the nastiness. So you can see the yuck. All right, so right now the Dow is down 585 points and dropping at 24,967. We did hit 24,875 earlier in the overnight. The NASDAQ 100 is down 237.5 points at 8,146.5. It did hit 8,129.25. Even the S&P 500 is down 79 points at 2878. And it's just bounced off hitting into low of 2872. Russell is down 33.6 points at 1451.80, and it's only a few ticks off its low of 1451.10. The Bitcoin is down $305 at 86.40. Wow! After hitting 84.80, it's not looking good. I gave you the numbers last night for Bitcoin, and so far, you're not doing it, Bitcoin. You know what you need to do, Bitcoin, so do it. Stop playing around. You got a long way to go, Bitcoin. Bitcoin literally needs to rally like $1,000 and close above 92.2770, or it's a wrap. And I don't like saying that, but it's a wrap. Nat gas down 4 at $1.70. Crude oil down a whopping $2.20 at $44.90 a barrel, trading at the lows of the session. The long bond is up a whopping 2 full points plus 5/30 seconds, hitting 129.20. Gold futures are down $17.20 at $16.2530. Bouncing off of 16.19.10 low. Killing you guys in the gold. Man, I should have held that DGL did. But that's all right. Silver is off 66 cents. You're killing me, silver. It's at $17.07 an ounce, bouncing off of the low so far of $17.05 an ounce, falling from an overnight high of $17.88. This is absolutely ridiculous. How is the precious metals falling with the stock market? Good grief. Come on, give me a break. Where's the safe haven? We don't have one. They took it away. U.S. dollar index is only up 2 ticks at 98.53, which is the high of the session. It has rallied from a low of 98.02 in the overnight. The euro is down 13 pips at 109.85. The British pound is down 56 pips at 128.42. And the Aussie is at 65 even, down 86 pips. Everything is red on the screen. Do we have any 2-bar Charlies? You would think we have at least some bearish ones to pick. Let me see. If this wasn't Friday, I would be operating right now. I'd be like, hey, we're gonna have to hold on for a second while I put some tickets on. But it's Friday, and we don't initiate new trades on Friday. It's just a rule that I got. You guys can do what you do, you cowboys and cowgirls out there. But me, I'm on the sidelines. All right, so no 2-bar Charlies to speak of. Sorry. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't do food. Hold on. All right, the soybeans are off $6.75 at 8.88 even. Corn up a quarter at 3.68 half. And there are no 2-bar Charlies in either one of those. And we just had the opening bell. Man, time flies. All right, so what else we got? We got a few more things. Hold on, just chill out. This one is a doozy. Milwaukee mass shooter is a Black Elizabeth Warren supporter. Wow. The Milwaukee man who killed 5 co-workers at a beer company's corporate office is a Black Elizabeth Warren supporter, providing a clue as to why the mass shooting disappeared from the discussion so quickly. 50-year-old Anthony Farrell showed up at the Milwaukee facility from where he had been fired early in the day, wearing his uniform and carrying a silenced gun. All right, so he had a silencer on now. He was ready to go in there and do some sniping. He proceeded to gun down 5 colleagues before turning the weapon on himself. It subsequently emerged that Farrell was an African-American Elizabeth Warren supporter, presuming that Farrell shared the same political beliefs as his wife, who took a selfie with Warren at a rally last year. Whoa. 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 Farrell's wife posted photos of her family and expressing liberal political views. In July 2019, Farrell's wife attended a speech by U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren at South Division High School gym in Milwaukee. Following the speech, Farrell's wife took a photo with the Massachusetts senator. Despite being the worst mass shooting in Wisconsin's history, the incident has largely disappeared from the headlines and discussion, with online outrage noticeably dampened in comparison with other mass shootings. Wow. Talking about censorship at its finest. That's on another level, but our thoughts and prayers go out with the families and all of that. I can't believe that happened. And then he takes the coward's way out by turning the gun on himself. And in case you don't know, he does not escape justice. As a matter of fact, he faces a swifter justice and a more permanent one. All right? Because not only did he commit murder, but then he added to that by when he murdered himself. So not only does that happen, but you also die in your sins when you do that. So he died in his sins. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now he has to perish for all eternity. And the messed up part is the people that he took with him, if they weren't right with God, then unfortunately they suffer the same similar fate. That's the thing about all this hype in the media about the coronavirus, and everyone, they're putting fear in your heart, making you think it's the end of the world and things of that nature. But if they really believe that, why aren't they telling people that, you should be getting your house in order and getting your life right and getting right with God because you're about to die? Why doesn't anyone ever talk about that? Makes you wonder, right? All right, now here's the next thing I want to break down for y'all. This is deep. All right, this is really deep, and I haven't heard anyone else talk about this. I only heard one person talk about this, so I'm gonna give him his props right now. Doctor White, okay, Dr. James White. I heard him say this on his podcast, and it was dope. No one else said this. All right, think about it. Think about this. All right, so again, props go out to Dr. James White, Alpha Omega Ministries. He has a YouTube channel here for those that are interested in that. All right. So we're talking about the presidential election. We're talking about the 2020 election, right? Now, it's been admitted basically that if Bernie Sanders gets in office, he's going to destroy the economy. All right. He's under the socialist banner, but he's really more so a communist. And everyone knows this, okay? But then here's the thing, though. And this is really deep, you guys. And again, I got to give Dr. James White his props because he's the one that said this first. Do you guys remember 2016 during that election? How everyone in the mainstream media was saying that it was impossible for Donald Trump to win the White House, that he would not win the election. Even the betting pools over in the UK, the odds were ridiculous. There was like no way he's going to win the White House. Don't even think about it. It's not possible. You guys remember that? All right. Well, peep this. Donald Trump won, right? Since he won, the global stock markets have been off the chain, right? Jobs have been given out. When Obama was in office, he was like, how am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to bring jobs back? But then Trump gets in office and proves that it could be done, right? Well, peep this. There's a saying. I don't know who said it. Those of you who are listening, you can drop the answer for me in the chat. There's a saying that says that the people get the president or whatever that they deserve, right? You get the candidate you deserve. Okay. What if Bernie wins the election? Now, I know what you guys are going to say, but just humor me for a minute. What if, since America is under judgment and has been under God's judgment for a minute now, what if Bernie winning the White House is a part of God's judgment for America? What if that's exactly what is supposed to happen so that he can get in office, so that he can bring down the economy, so that he can cause chaos, so that he can topple America as we know it, so that America can bow out gracefully and go into the night, into the history books, never to be seen or heard from again, so that the new world order can rise up, which will be in Europe, so that Europe can rise, so that the European Union can come fitly together and strengthen up, and so that that man of perdition can come into play. What if that's exactly what's supposed to happen? Something to think about, folks. Something to pray about too. All right. So I want to drop that little nugget for you guys, just to think of a few things, okay? Just to put a little bug in your ear there. All right. So now, in closing, I got a big surprise for you guys. All right. That 6-pack is about to taste a lot more delicious. My man Frank, he's been in recovery. I really hope and pray that, him and his family and Jen are starting to feel a lot better. They've really been under the weather, really been sick all week. He doesn't even know this, but I had a breakthrough. I'm so excited. I got to share it with somebody, right? So what might as well be you guys. Had a breakthrough. It's this one thing I've been working on all my life, man, for 20 plus years, right? You're not going to understand it, but the particulars aren't important. Anyway, I have finally, I had this big eureka moment last night, but then when I woke up this morning and was getting ready for this broadcast, it hit me like a train, and I felt like the Lord was just showing me and leading me to finally I got the answer. You know, you can pray for something for a long time and not get the answer, but today, this morning, I got that answer, and so I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you, Lord willing. When this broadcast is over, I'm gonna go over to the dashboard and I'm gonna hit y'all up with a little something, something. That's right. I got something delicious for you guys. I'll explain it in the webinar this morning, but Lord willing, I'll be able to post and update the dashboard for you guys before the webinar, and it's gonna be dope, super dope. All right. So with that being said, I'll give you just a little taste. Now, those of you who've been with me for a minute, you know how the PulseWave price trigger reports work. You know the function of the algorithms. You know, you've seen my algo charts. You know that I do things way differently than you've ever heard or seen before. All right. When they say go left, I go right. That's what I do. That's how I do it. That's how I've been doing it. Right? People laugh at me even to this day because I do things so differently. I use tools that weren't designed to be used in the purpose and the way that I use them, but who cares? It works. Well, what I have for you, imagine being able not just to know turning points in the market, because that's what the rally and crash alerts do. They give you the turning points in the markets. But what if I told you that we're at the precipice right now, today, at this moment, of one of the biggest rallies ever coming off of a crash like we've just been witness to? Well, we're here, folks. It's here. Now, I can't give you the exact date or time that the markets are going to come roaring back. But what if I told you I can give you the actual price that it's going to happen? I know it sounds crazy, even contradictory a little bit, but yes, I'm going to show it to you. There has been a major update to the intraday price inflection points, and you don't need to know the day or the hour, but you will know the price, the intraday price. You will know the intraday price at minimum 24 hours in advance when the turn is coming. You will know where, not the when, but where it's coming. It's something that does not exist in nature. I've never seen this before until today. It's so dope, I can't explain it to you. So get ready for 11 o'clock today. Go to PulseWaveTrading.com and register. Do yourself a favor. You're going to want to be there. You're not going to want to miss it. And I will have more to show you in today's webinar. All right. So as you know, there is no end of day report today. I do not do end of day reports on Friday. I like to get a little jump on the weekend and chillax. Okay. So I will be back on Monday morning for the pre-market PulseScan. Now I'm working on something where I can do pre-market PulseScan Sunday afternoon before the markets open. It's just that, it's a time constraint issue, but if I can work that out, I will have that for you. So we'll see. All right. These are things that I'm trying to work out. So with that being said, I do hope everyone has a great weekend. But do yourself a favor, man. Go to PulseWaveTrading.com. You can open a free account. We have some goodies, some giveaways for you when you open a free account. And trust me, you're not going to want to stay in a free account. You're going to want to go ahead and get that 6-pack. You can get started for as low as $69. And I'm telling you, you will be like, why did I wait so long to do this? It's the best thing I've ever done in my life. I got you. All right. So with that being said, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And not only do I want you to have a blessed weekend and be encouraged, be safe, take precautions, protect yourself. And regardless of the headlines, I'm telling you, we are right here. We are right here. You don't want to miss the turning point in the markets. It's going to be crazy. Smash that like button. Don't play me. Smash that like button. All right. Share the video with somebody that you know. You don't know who it may encourage or what have you or inform. It could even save someone's life. You don't know. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and all that good stuff. And I'm going to leave you with a couple of headlines. $5 trillion wiped out from world stocks this week alone. All right. That's one. Two. The VIX has also exploded during this incredible sell-off. And this is the biggest sell-off that we've had since Lehman Brothers back in the financial crisis. Also, hundreds of millions of dollars have been lost as shipping rates have collapsed. All right, because of the coronavirus. And we still believe that there's been a cover-up as far as what's been going on with this coronavirus and these secret quarantines. And I'm going to leave it at that. I just want y'all to think about this. How long do you think this is going to last before they come out with some kind of news piece and say, oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, we have fixed it. It's all good now. That's all I'm saying. So just be ready. Be ready, folks, because it's going to be incredible. All right. I'm out of here, you guys. See you guys at 11 a.m. I'm going to get ready for the webinar and have a blessed weekend. And I'll see you guys back here for the pre-market PulseScan on Monday. And with that, peace.